Let me just tell you something. They had everything to break you. They were able to hijack you, get your number away from you, your own friends, your own community. They were able to work through the hacking to just remove you from yourself. You didn't have help. You didn't have anybody helping you figure stuff out. You dealt with patterns of abuse for many, many years. And you tell me how you're not supposed to see this stuff. You know what I was saying. You know what I was dealing with. All to come to find this out. So no. You don't get to play off as if I don't have anything out here to say regarding these issues. I have the floor on this. I'm not going to allow these people to pity me and to backlash on their relationship with me without any accountability for their actions taken against me whatsoever. I don't care who protects them. I don't care who they side with. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care what they even dress up in. If you see a demon for who they are, you see a demon for who they are. Plain and simple. These people had everything, thinking that they had my life in the bucket. Poisons. Attacking me. Leaving me in that state of mind. Like you're already dead. So I didn't have what they had. But it seems to me like you speak out about real issues out here, and you're the one under attack. So long as you're willing to go along with the world, you're fine. You don't have to deal with any of this stuff. But me, I've dealt with it all. I was primed, perfect candidate for this man to move on my life in this way because of my history growing up. And then people want to placate on me as if I don't have the reason to come out here and talk. I have absolutely every right to come out here and speak my piece after the way these people moved in my life. And I'm not just talking about in the recent, man. I'm talking this has been a long standing war that's been in my life. Just to come to find out now. And I've been made stupid. You should look up arsenic poisoning. And then you should take my medical history and compare it side by side. I think the things that I was saying going in there makes the whole community of the healthcare departments look mighty stupid. Mighty stupid. So I don't know. I don't know where to go with all of this stuff. But the fact of the matter is they had everything. They had my data. They had my past. They had my history. They had ample energy to move how they moved, to deplete me. And they still couldn't stand up to the Lord. They couldn't still take any accountability for their actions. And the only thing that they got left is their own conscience to deal with. That's a sad state of affair, man. When you think you can steal up somebody else's love life in that fashion, poisoning them up to kill them and remove them from this world, not even holding any bit of respect for the Lord or respect for that person as a human fucking being. and you could be my friend and play as if you were my friend for this long, how can you even look at yourself and play like you're your own fucking friend? How? How can you look at yourself and play like you're somebody? You couldn't face me. You couldn't do what I've had to fucking do. You couldn't be in the positions I've been in. But yeah, somehow people want to poo poo on me as if I'm just some kind of schizophrenic that doesn't know what I'm talking about. These are long standing crimes over my life. Long standing crimes. Hacking and maneuvering my life around with this narcissistic, malignant, torturous abuse. It's just absolutely treacherous what's happened to me. And I'm still dealing with it. Alone. For the most part. I wouldn't even have what some of y'all have out here. I never did. Never did. I had Jesus, though. I had Jesus to turn to every single time that I felt like something was going on where it was just to be awash in my mind. And that's not fair to me, yo. That's not fair to me. It's not fair to where I've been working. It's not fair to how I've been pushed so hard in that fashion to just have those unrecognize the actual plight that I've been faced up with. So these people aim to rob, steal, and kill just as the devil does. And motherfuckers think that they can just get away with that kind of activity over me. Kill me? Play as if you're my friend. While you're gaining the loyalties in other fashions through unrecognizable, deceitful actions that you've taken. And they had to have been taken. They absolutely had to have been taken, and people's loyalties had to have been bought or merged in order for other people to act as the way that they have over my life. So I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm not. You don't get to meddle in where you don't belong. And I don't care if she liked it. You have no right to fucking murder me. You have no right to breach my data, to breach my privacy, to breach my private life, to come inside of my own home, to poison me up, and to leave me without any recourse of action whatsoever that I can take, including the lawmen who are supposed to be here to take a police report and to actually report what I'm saying to be true. And then it's not even recognized as a crime after this man has done all of these things to me over and over and over and over again. Let me tell you a story about my bed. I had worked my ass off to get this thing. I had worked my ass off to put the money together to get this thing, even in this house. I was sleeping on the floor for like 3-4 months. Broken as fuck. Coming up from under. Just to have this man attack me again in that same way. As he always did. I don't have to tolerate it. And if you asked me, I believe that's a whole cold-hearted, bloody ass war move over my life. I consider that a war crime. Coming to find out after fucking years of not knowing what's happening to me because I couldn't even explain a thing. Oh, Arsenic poisoning, I'm sure, goes a long way, along with whatever the fuck else that this man was doing to me and had done to me. So, no, I'm not gonna let this man get away with this. Come hell or high water, this man deserves every bit of retribution that's coming his way. And that's on my word. I called him out in my garage, I called him out in my driveway and my garage, but I called him out in my driveway this last time, and his face turned beet fucking red because he knew exactly what the fuck he had done, and he knew exactly the reason why I had a hard time reading his face. But I told him, I'm gonna figure this out, G. I'm gonna figure you out, and you're not gonna fucking like the way I'm gonna be swinging next. I guarantee it. That's not a threat. Do you know what a threat is? Do you know what a threat is? Being arsenic abused, being hacked, misaligned, pushed and prodded upon, going in and out of places that I never belonged to go into because of the way that I have been so mightily pushed by this hack, by this hijack of my life. Stealing up my data, stealing up my resource to be able to even speak out. Stealing up my time away from me. My energies sought after. Setup after setup and attack after attack. Because the way you wanted to move in my life is absolutely criminal. And for these things not to be recognized as a criminal matter when the motherfucker has a white van with no fucking windows, motherfucker, you got another motherfucking thing coming to fucking think that you're gonna be thinking that way over anybody's life. Anybody's life. And this stuff isn't easy for me. So you want to play with the whole 29 years. 23 years after I was finding out how you had moved in my first relationship, putting me inside of a resolve about you for my own love life. Man, I sure hope you look at this because you are one cowardice ass motherfucker and you have another thing coming. Within the Lord, you definitely have something to answer to. I'm not going to tolerate this. I am not going to tolerate this. I think that the man has absolutely paid off people to target my own son, to target other people in my life, to target family, to target friends, and to target the communities where I go to work in. And I'd like to know exactly the truth there, because I'm not going to tolerate this. I am not going to put up with this, and I don't even care. As far as the legal system goes, if the legal system can't represent a person that's dealing with a motherfucker that's been plotting for a long time, the whole relationship, to steal up my life in this way, never having one iota of a respect for human life inside of me, or anybody else for that matter, not his own mother, not his own self, not all of our friends, not me, not my family, not anyone connected to her family or any other families that you decided to meddle into my life to move in that way. And anybody who is anybody would not be holding tight right now. Imagine Andrew Tate in my place right now. Let's go to jail is what he would say. Or let's make something happen. No, it's not let's go to jail. It's just, he wouldn't fucking tolerate this shit and it'd just be flat out. Flat out. I'm sitting here creating a heartwork movement And he's been able to see everything I'm doing. What he wasn't able to see what I was doing is writing in notebooks. And with the whole word salad and everything else that was being done, oh yeah, I could tell what you were after, motherfucker. You were after staging me up to kill me, stealing away my love life, so I could see you walking away basically with my girl underneath your arm. But there's just a thin line here. You don't get to do that to a person. And I am not gonna let you.